What's good, everybody? APX trading stream. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Y'all know, man, that's where you come to get your chart setups. Hear about earnings, news, and everything else. So, as always, we're gonna have another amazing stream. Happy Friday to everybody. Amazing Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. This week went by pretty fast, man. I will say this week definitely went by pretty fast for sure. But so far we have some positive news in the market, man. Trump said that he's going to basically lower the tariffs on China to 80% and up to 5%. So I'm sure that's gonna get done. Brenda, happy Friday. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. How you feeling? Let me know how we feeling. We had some earnings yesterday. We got really none notable today, but Texas Roadhouse reported, Monster, DraftKings reported. It's not letting me click on it for some reason. Lyft reported earnings. Coinbase, Soundhound, I think it's Trade Desk, Affirm, Marta, Toast. Toast, if you watch Josh Brown, he's talked about that company a lot. Yeah, he's talked about that company for sure. Yeah, that was a great call out by Josh Brown. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't have I definitely wouldn't have invested in this company. That was a great call out by him. If you got it at the right price, you should be up, I mean, at the least, you probably up 45%. So feeling great at work. That's what I'm talking about. At work and networking. Man, I appreciate you guys so much, man. Y'all really show y'all dedication. I remember, and my thing is always lead by example, right? But I remember when I would be working. When I worked as an insurance agent, man, I would be, making calls, but also I'm looking at the market in between then. So shout out to you guys, man. You guys are amazing. You guys are hungry. You guys are getting to it. And I want to make sure I continue to reward you guys for all the work that you guys are putting in. So I appreciate you guys so much, man. But yeah, Bitcoin back at 100K. Slept on. Bitcoin is back over 100,000. I think we are at what? It's at 102,000. And if you look at the correlation between Bitcoin and SPY, it's going up and to the right, showing that Bitcoin is continuously outperforming SPY. So it's the best asset ever created in the world. So, but DraftKings reported last night. Last evening. Lyft. Actually, let's look at Lyft. Let's see. I have talked to some people regarding tariffs. And how it's kind of affecting them. Maybe some family members. Somebody who works at I think in Seattle, construction at the ports. They've now only been working about 1 day a week. So it's just one of those things, man. it's one of those things where we just gonna have to, watch it play out, kind of see how it affects the economy. And then we gotta keep it pushing. And we gotta do our part. That's why it's important for us to invest. Important for us to trade. Important for us to, just do everything we can. And then there are, excuse me, there are you got CEOs coming out saying that work life balance is on you, your friends, your life, um, and things like that. So, I mean, I'm not gonna say I disagree. I think it's on us as people for trying to look for a savior in other people and not trying to do it ourselves. That's what led to me looking studying the market so hard. Um, I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have nobody like how I could answer questions for you guys. I didn't have nobody to ask, so I just studied the market until I knew it like the back of my hand. But um, we got to stop looking at other people to try to save us, and we got to do the saving ourselves. Um, it's one thing to get information to do better, but it's another thing to actually, use the information to execute on it. And I think, when you have employers basically telling you like it's your fault, they're literally telling you your job is to come to work and do your job. That's what we pay you for. That's what we employ you for. And I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing. I think we should just have different expectations. I don't know. I don't know why people continue to think they call you human capital. To me, again, I'm always say I think that's disrespectful to call a group of people that work for you human capital. Human capital. I've always had an issue with that. I've never thought it was respectful. So, um, but that alone sets the tone, and they continuously show that they just want you to come and work. And the paycheck that you receive is the trade off for that. Now, obviously, you want to have good work culture, right? You want to have good work culture. You want to have a good, um, you know, a good environment. You want to have a good, like a good scenery. But you know, um, they continue to say the same thing over and over. So, um, but yeah, we shall see. I think it's just very, very important for us to have our own. I think it's very important. But looking at the charts, I like Lyft a lot, man. Um, going short, yeah, going short. So once it hits this, I already have an alert set, so I'm just kind of waiting for it to happen. But they be earnings. So once they come up here, we should be able to get a short position on it. If I'm looking at the landscape, I will say, there is kind of like some positivity coming out of that driving, um, like autonomous driving slash Uber, Lyft, Waymo, Tesla, robotaxi type of environment. So Lyft should have some positivity going into the future, but Chart tells me everything I need to know. But um, but hey, see, boy, that's, hmm, Also, let me see. Meta should be pushing to the upside. Soon. Kind of got this double bottom action here. We above all the EMAs, so that's always a good sign. You can see usually when we turn green, we usually go up for a while. So waiting on that. Let me see what other things I can find for us. I mean, Mondelez, we was waiting on that. Let's kind of see what that is. MDLZ. Yeah, Mondelez, we just kind of waiting on this to kind of come down. They have a gap to fill, so I mean, I'm sure they're gonna come down to this level, right? And then we can get an entry here, go long, and take it right up to this level here. If I look at Amgen, might be one to go to the downside. One thing I want you guys to learn for sure is to not have a bias. So me, I don't really care what the market does. So like whenever the market is down a large percent, I don't really care. Whenever the market is up a large percent, I don't really care. I truly do not. I don't care what the market does ever. My job is to make money in any economic environment. And as an investor and trader, that's your job as well. So I don't really have a bias. I don't really have a bias. I go long, I go short whenever the chart tells me to do so. So ooh, excuse me. But if I'm looking, I think Starbucks is about to drop too. So we can add Starbucks in. They definitely got this little wedge pattern here in the trend before it was down. So I expect the trend after to be down. If I was to just let's put this on Heikkinen, right? Turn off the APX indicator. And then if we look at this, On Starbucks, definitely looks like it's setting up for some type of movement. It has to it has to break out of this pattern. So it's either going to do it to the upside or it's going to do it to the downside. So we just need to be prepared. If you ask me, I think it will definitely be to the downside. I think Starbucks can get down to, I think 74. I think is that's off the top of my head if I remember correctly. Where I think Starbucks could probably go. T-Mobile is one to watch too. They're kind of waiting for these sets to just form a little bit. Um, and now we got some. So just being patient, paying attention. Tesla is about to make a move either to the upside or the downside. Um, so I'm definitely waiting to see what happens there. For sure. Disney finally back over $100. Been waiting on that for a minute. BLZ, and then what's this one? Starbucks might be. Hold on. But yeah, Starbucks looks good. Mondelez too. I like Mondelez a lot. Um, FedEx is pushing up too. Been waiting on that for a while. For a while. I'm patiently waiting to see what Tesla is gonna do. Yeah, just patiently waiting. Just patiently waiting. If I had to choose a bias right now, I would definitely be, I would say, long, just because you got a lot of optimism in the market. Um, but this is definitely like a elongated bull flag here. What they had earnings that caused this drop. Amgen is another one to watch. Something is definitely about to happen with Amgen, so we just gotta. And this looks like it's gonna break to the downside. So if I had to, let me see, maybe here. Draw the, try to make this as clean as possible. Yeah. So if Amgen was to come back up here, I would definitely look to go short. And this is a descending triangle. And you're gonna have the 200-day moving average there as well. So if this would be really good. One touch, two touch, third touch, fourth touch with the 200-day acting as resistance as well for us to be able to go short. So if I was looking to do a potential short position, this is kind of what it would look like. I'm not greedy, so I don't want to short it all the way down here, but like most of the profits, like there, and then my risk reward needs to be 5-1. So if I'm looking at it, so we would enter around what 287. So I would do a 290 put, which is in the money. And generally, um, generally, you're gonna have the generally you are going to have the um if you are to get stopped out, the price is going to go pretty much where like whatever the strike price that you have is. So but yeah, that's good. If I look at CoreWeave was pushing up. So this is good. We're in this. We've been in this since around I think what $50 or so. It pushed up and held this level. Yeah, so around $50 or so we've been in this. Um so yeah. And then if we look at FedEx 1, 2, 3, 4, this would be a fifth touch here, and you got the 200-day moving average acting as resistance. So, but it is a good sign that it's starting to get over it got over the 100-day moving average. So that's obviously a good sign. It's trying to do good. But if we zoom out, if we look at FedEx, man, FedEx is just kind of like just beating up, man. Really, like just. But I mean, it's not the first time it's had a drop like this. So I mean, it's not really anything new. But I mean, they haven't hit an all-time high since 2021. So, um, Yeah, man. But trying to see if I still like caterpillars. Um, if it does come down, it'll probably hit one of these EMAs, so that'd be good for us. But it might just take a little bit of time for us to get there. Verizon had a breakout and retest, so they might push up. If you see here, boom, 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 boom. And that's why I would have wanted to go long on this company. But like the trend beforehand is generally up. So, or gosh, a lot of these companies are just like, they haven't had an all-time high since 1999. You don't hear a lot about Verizon anyway. You don't you don't hear a lot about Verizon anyway. But this might be a fake out. Um, this might be a fake out. So, but yeah. But yeah. Let's look at Xbox stuff. Starbucks. See what they doing. See what they are going to do. P2, so I do like 85. But market open. Oh, this one. Um, Lionsgate, they going public. And then if we look at core week, man, we pushing up. So we literally have no resistance up into back to the all-time high. So I mean, yeah, quite literally none. So now we gonna see. I mean, we already up on this nicely, but we shall see. I mean, we got above a key level, so I think, kind of going into the weekend with some with a positive, with some positive news coming out of it. I think next week we could start to see that kind of start pushing up higher. But I mean, it doesn't take long for that company to get where it needs to. So. But Bitcoin back over 100,000, and nobody's talking about it. You haven't heard one. I haven't heard one like analyst, or I haven't heard one. I haven't heard nothing about it. I haven't heard anything about it. So, but Ethereum pushing up. Ethereum jumped 50%. uh, but yep. Um, yeah, man. Bitcoin 103,000. Good morning. Who Coco. Good morning, Coco. I'm assuming. Let me see. Oh, okay. Appreciate you for joining the stream. Appreciate you. Welcome. How you feeling? You've been getting busy. I know you've been getting busy. I know you've been getting busy. How we feeling? Uh, how we feeling? We just going over some charts, man. Going over some charts. Um, just being patient. Looking at some companies. I'm feeling good. I tune in sometimes, just be silent on YouTube. Yeah, I feel you. Um, see. Hour of day. Right. But yep, that's amazing. It's happy Friday, man. Happy Friday. Um, this week went by super fast. I will say this week went by really fast. I'm gonna be honest. Yesterday I was like, dang, it's Thursday, Wednesday. I'm like, it's already Wednesday. It was just Sunday. Maybe that's a part of me getting older. You know, I always hear time be flying. It's like the older you get, the more people talk about it. So maybe that's what that is. But it really did fly by fast in time. Exactly. We in May. We couldn't be in June. We was just it was like it was just November. It was just January, wasn't it? Was it not? Was it not? Somebody speeding up the time. Somebody speeding up the time, man. Somebody speed up the time. But real quick, man. Shout out to my Apex family. Shout out to everybody in Apex. Get into it. Shout out to everybody, man. The Earth got to be it got to be doing something. It got to be doing something. Something. I went to sleep. It felt like it was 2 seconds. Woke back up, man. But yeah, it's all good. No matter what, we gonna do what we gotta do. You know, I think Tom. I forgot something. So something. You know, Tom. I think every time when you I think when you go through something, it kind of like slows time down, or like when you have something that makes you like just sit and with life. Um, I think that makes time go slower, but I think we gotta do a better job as people. It's just like just because you got everything is fast consumption. That's what's being sold to us. It's fast consumption. So, I think it's important for us to like for me. I know I try to take a walk every day. That's what helps me. I try to take a walk. No phone. Like don't be on my phone. Just look at the trees. Look at nature because I like nature. Just naturally drawn to it. But um, that helps slow time down for me a little bit. Just have a little bit of peace because everything just fast consumption. You don't really get peace like that. You're just moving all the time. So because then I'm just thinking like work. You gotta get up, eat, drive to work, go to work, lunch, work, drive home. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take a shower, try to relax for a little bit. If you got kids, you gotta talk to your kids, have relationships with your kids, right? Then you might have free time, so you might watch Netflix. You might then I know y'all getting busy, so you trying to find a way to, put time into the market, look at the market, study, all that stuff. So like I've been there. So, like I just remember in school when I was in school, man, I would go to class. I would wake up, I would have practice at 7 a.m. We had 7 a.m. lift. And then after that, I would look at the market for a little bit. Then I would go to class. Then I would leave class. And then I would look at the market for a little bit. Then I would go to class again. And then I would eat lunch. And then I would go back to my dorm again. Then I would look at the market a little bit more. Then I would have probably another class. Maybe it depends on the day. I had 2 or 3 classes a day. So um I think I was taking 15 or 16 credit hours. So then I would go to practice. We had practice at 4 p.m. I think 3 or 4 p.m. So I had practice. So that was 2 hours, like 2 to 2.5 hours. Then after that, come home. I gotta do the homework. You gotta do the homework. So I had to do the homework. Uh, so do the homework. Then look at the market, study the market. So I will be doing something like every then I would eat. You gotta eat. I had to eat. So I would be doing something literally like every second of the day. So I man, I get it. Just believe me, I get it. I get it. But yeah. Somehow, some way we gonna Tom gotta, you know, who was this? This was April. This was Wednesday. Good stuff. Yeah, just, man, just. Let's see what the market does, man. You know, if I'm opening my account is up 1% today. So that generally most things are up. I got two positions that are down today. Um, but I'm not really looking at a day-to-day basis. But Tesla is pushing up. Tesla's pushing up. Tesla's pushing up, man. I will say, uh, shout out to Brenda. She asked me what are my positions. I'm gonna tell him, and I'm gonna talk about all of them in July, publicly. But you gotta know Tesla. I've been talking about Palantir, Palantir in there. And I will say Amazon. I mean, I've been holding that for a minute. So, but yeah. So Palantir, Tesla, Amazon. Those are the three. Those are the three. But yeah, man, Tesla. If we can get a close above here, that would be amazing. And then Tesla, if we like Tesla, could easily get to 320 easily. I mean, next resistance point is here. So this would be like a sell wall. So if I was looking to see like where Tesla would go to and kind of stop the turnaround, because you gotta know like you need to. I have been wondering about Amazon. Amazon will be fine, man. I think a lot of people okay. So Amazon, if I'm looking at it, because I always try to look at these companies like I'm the CEO, because I'm the CEO of my portfolio, so I have to make sure the company that I'm owning is great. Um, I think a lot of people don't understand Amazon is literally in prime position to benefit from AI because they are the number one company that's directly connected to the consumer. If anybody has the most data to capitalize on the consumer, I think it's Amazon. They know our spending patterns, our spending habits, what month. Amazon, okay. Amazon is so predictable, so much so all of the hedge funds and institutions, they buy Amazon the quarter before the end of the year because they know Amazon is going to have record revenue at the end of the year, like for Christmas time. So, because you got Prime Day around that time, Black Friday, so like Thanksgiving, Christmas time. Yeah, but Amazon is good, and I think people are sleeping on Andy Jassy. Like I be seeing all these posts, man, all these posts, and they still be showing Jeff Bezos. Andy Jassy is doing great. If you look at the balance sheet of Amazon, you know their profit margin has historically been low, which is why I kind of when I first started investing, I'm like, man, Amazon they don't even got a high profit margin. Like, what's going on? Um, but Walmart doesn't have a high profit margin either. But if I look at Amazon, um, $650 billion in revenue with a B, they're gonna be the first company to bring in $1 trillion in revenue and $700 billion in revenue. But the profit margin is getting higher. So that's amazing, man. This is the profit margin is higher. This is the highest the profit margin has ever been over the last 10 years. It's at 10.14%. So they're doing great by, doing whatever they need to do to increase their profit margin finally. And this company needs to have, I mean, a 20% profit margin. So you got to double it. So you got to get from 10 to 20 and probably what we're in 25, probably about 28, 20, 28, 29, because we'll have the next recession probably in 28. And then probably 29, 2030, they'll have a 20% profit margin. Then because they'll probably have been executed on the things that need to be executed on. But yeah, Amazon is gonna be okay, man. But if this is why you gotta join APX. If you Amazon is over a 5-year period, it's only up 62%. So I have a higher return on Amazon. And Tesla's back at 300. Amazing. So I have a higher return than Amazon has had over a 5-year period. So if you look here, 5 years, the return is 63%. And then if I look, I'm up 75% on Amazon. And I've been holding it for 2 years, a little over 2 years now. Or is it 2, 3? Let me see. I think it's 2. It won't tell me because I switched my account, my brokerage account. But I think 2 years, 2023. But Amazon would be fine, man. Amazon would be fine. If I look at, let me see, up 20%. Hey, shout out to Osas, man. Killing it. And we not gonna act like we can't act like 20% is not an amazing return. That's amazing. If you get 20% over a 5-year period, that's 100%. That's amazing. That's amazing. If I look at a lot of stocks are flat today so far. Tesla is up, but a lot of companies that I'm looking at are pretty flat. Pretty flat. We APX, we gotta talk about a company that they're not public, but I think over the next probably 5 years they will go public. And we're gonna have to be on the lookout for them. Thanks for the Apex entries. I got you. You know I got you, man. Yeah, I know I got y'all. For sure. For sure. And I mean in July, man, you should probably be up, I think, 30% or so on that. So great job, man. I appreciate you for the execution. As much as y'all appreciate me, I promise. I promise. I appreciate you guys the same. But if we look at Lyft is kind of getting to a point where we want to go short here soon. Yeah, so and then especially if you have a small account, this is definitely probably a trade that you want to take if you're trying to build your account. No, oh no, 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 not at all. Do I like Lyft over Uber? Not at all. Not at all. No. Mm-mm. No, not at all. Um, mm-mm, mm-mm. Uber has more. Uber has more aura. Uber has more institutional backing, uh, more mind share. Um, I mean, and everything else. But I will say neither one of those are quick pay cuts. Um, I think it was what yesterday I gave a price for you to buy Uber if it comes back down to that level. But I mean, um, I mean, Uber is just like I don't know. I don't hear Lyft. I don't hear Lyft. Every and I will say I am like I'm not this is not like designated to my generation, but for people who do not have cars, you don't hear nothing about Lyft. You just hear Uber. You just hear Uber. So yeah. Imagine. Mm. Oh, quick. June, summertime. That's why. That's why. summertime coming up, so it's going to be low liquidity in the market. So if you're looking at contracts for June, you're not going to see a lot of open interest because people already know that a lot of shares are not going to be traded. A lot of shares are not going to be traded. Let me see. Good question. Good question. But yeah, I like Uber a lot better than Lyft. So if I was to just do like a side by side comparison, if I look at Uber, let me see. If we do Uber and then we do Lyft, on a pure return basis over a 5-year period, Uber is up 166%, while Lyft is down 659%. They had like almost a perfect correlation until 2022. Then they started a divergence. I would Uber is making $45 billion in revenue. Lyft is making almost $6 billion in revenue. So they are killing them, man. Uber is winning in every category year to date, 1 year, 5 year, max return wise, 1 month. I mean, Lyft is winning, but I mean they just reported earnings, so I mean the stock is gonna go up. But I mean Uber has been, trending to the upside. So I like Uber. If you're just looking at a chart in general, you see this is going to the upside, and then if you look at Lyft's chart, or if I was to let me just add Lyft on top of it. Yeah. If I just add Lyft on top of it, like you see the difference. Like the pink line is Lyft. So yeah, not even close, man. Not even close. And then like, okay, if we like what percent away is Lyft? Like, okay, Lyft is 432% away from having a equivalent price to Uber. And then if I look at, so this is like quick analysis that I do to like know if I want to invest in the company or not. And then market cap. Uber's market cap is 174 billion. So technically they are too big and they have too much institutional ownership inside their company for them to just go away. Lyft's market cap is only 6.5 billion. So you see if you see the difference there. But yeah, amazing question though. That was an amazing question. A great question. It's a great question. But yeah, and if I look at, and Tesla is continuously pushing up, man. It just continues to go, continues to push up. So that's, you know, that's good for my Tesla holders. I know, y'all don't like Elon. I know, but the stock though, the stock though. But yeah, man, a lot of stuff is it's just kind of flat today. Besides Tesla, Tesla is the only one. Tesla's up 6. Tesla's up almost 7%. So if Tesla can move 7% in one day, or Bitcoin, how much? Bitcoin is up like 30% this month. I think Bitcoin is up 30% this month. I think. How long did this take? March, April, June. Just if I look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is up 35% this month. Bitcoin is up 35% this month. Shout out to all my people in APX, man. We are up. Let me see. And we are up 35% on a set of, I don't want to say shares, but on a set of Bitcoins, on a set of Bitcoins. And our first set of Bitcoins, we are up 19%. So that averages out to be around 25%. But I mean, to get a 25% return, when do we buy it? February? February? Yeah, February. So what we're in May. And I have it going to 144,000. And then to be exact, I have it going to $144,156.34 by the end of the year. I think that's a level that we could touch. So I mean, we getting close to the all-time high, 109,000. We getting close. We're getting very, very close. Very, very close. We are, I mean, we are just 5% away from the all-time high that Bitcoin is at, that Bitcoin has created. So and especially with Ethereum moving, sure, that's a positive sign. That is a positive sign. But yeah, shout out to all my Bitcoin peoples, man. I told y'all if I personally, if I could only, if somebody forced me to choose just one, um, it would be Bitcoin. It would definitely be big. It would definitely be Bitcoin. Um, yeah, man. It's a July, man. I'm excited for July. I'm definitely excited for July, for sure. For sure. But um, oh man, man. But yeah, man. If you're not in Apex, join Apex. You want to be up. Mhm. Got somebody it's about 50% in 6 days from a long-term investment. No trading. If you want to do the same, you can join Apex. But we're gonna continue to, you know, do everything that we need to do out of this market. So I think I keep saying it, man. I think the safest thing to do is invest. But if you are a retail investor, I think SPY, QQQ, and gold is a perfect portfolio for you. I think it's amazing. Because gold goes down, the equities will go up. When equities come down, gold will go up. Gold is up 20, I think 25% this year. Let me see. If we do year to date, it's up 26% this year. And then if you look at SPY, let's just do QQQ, right? QQQ is up, or QQQ is down 3.92% this year, so almost 4%. And then SPY is down. SPY is actually flat. We're up 0.38%. So we just crossed that threshold. Have we avoided the bear market? I mean, I don't know if you want to say avoided it. I mean, we touched it. We were in it. We were in it. Do I think we're gonna drive back down to those levels? Not for another. I don't think we will ever touch those levels again. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. But um I mean we'll pull back again. We will pull back again. So you should have be wary of that. We definitely will pull back again this year. But dang, I was so shook. I didn't buy enough. Then missed my opportunity. So okay. One thing I will say. So one of the biggest things about one of the biggest things about joining Apex, I will say, a lot of it is just having somebody who knows exactly what to do. Sometimes you just need leadership and guidance. But that's why I wanted to get the picks out for free. So when I gave NVIDIA 97, TSM 142, and Microsoft 342, I think NVIDIA hit that level. So if you look at NVIDIA, um, and those are ones I gave out for free, right? But if you look at NVIDIA, if you bought NVIDIA at 97, you should already be up 20% on that. So you got, a good return there. If you bought TSM at 142, which is pretty much a bottom for it, you will already be up 25%, right? Microsoft, we didn't quite touch 342, but we came to 344. So let's just say you bought at 345, right? Which is basically the bottom. I mean, you would be up 27%. So I think results matter the most. I mean, there's still some companies. There are still some there are still. I wouldn't say you missed your opportunity. You just have to find. It's always opportunity. There's always opportunity. You just gotta find it. You just gotta find it. So I wouldn't say you missed your opportunity. I would not say that. I definitely would not say that. But I do think a big thing that will help a lot of people. We have to learn how to detach the name of the company and our emotion to that company, and just be a professional and invest in the companies that are giving us opportunities. That's like the hardest part. I didn't get enough Microsoft and Palantir when they dropped. I feel you. Whew. Oh man. Ooh, Palantir. Oh my God. Ooh. If it was one that I wish I could get back, oh, that one would definitely be the one. I mean, you're still up nicely on it, but man, an extra 20% would be nice, wouldn't it? So, but I mean, if healthcare is down, so I mean, you could try to allocate some money there. I gave y'all Novo a while ago. Novo is down. If you want 100% return, Novo is where you can get that. It might take you 2 years, but I mean that's a 50% return on a year-over-year basis. And then you can take profit at 100%. It'll probably drop again after that. You can just rinse and repeat. But we got to take the name off of it. And then two Palantir, I think we got to know like what type of company we are investing in. Palantir is directly contributing to the I would say harassment and racial injustice of certain demographics. And they're going to help further lead that charge because if a robot kills you, um, the the government, the police is not liable for that. So if a drone kills you or a robot kills you, and Palantir is basically providing the oncology or they're providing the AI infrastructure that you need to you know what I mean? If they're directly added to it, I was in Palantir September call before the bottom fell out. Net negative 81%. See, we need stop losses. I held because it stayed over 200. Moving average for the most part got out of that thing up 42% right before earnings. I was happy. Yep. Why is CrowdStrike down? CrowdStrike is down because supposedly they had like they just talked. I mean, they talked about it earlier. They basically, let me see. Let me find it real quick. Yeah, I didn't have to stop on there. But I mean, I I okay. Technically, you can have a wide stop loss. 81% is too far. 50% is like max. But you just trading should only be 10% of your portfolio. Most things should go in long-term investing. You should be able to generate high alpha and a high return from trading. But I think most people have like too much allocation when it comes to trading. Moving forward, I will always use stop loss. I bought into the halving. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. No, good job though, for like good job for executing regardless. Because I mean, you had a September call, so I mean, you can afford to be down 81%. It just hurts saying it. You can afford to be down that much over if you have the call out that long. I wouldn't want to, but I mean, a company like Palantir that should continue to do well, especially with the tensions. They should do well. But Palantir is definitely gonna come down. Their valuation is way too high. And I know I don't care. I don't talk about PE ratio. Yeah, for sure. Technicals. Good job. Amazing job. I don't care about PE ratio, but to hear that Palantir is the eighth biggest software company, the institutions are gonna find a way to push that company back down again like they did previously. But CrowdStrike is down because they they some like probing situation, like they're getting looked into for like transactions or something like that. Something like that, man. I forget exactly what it was. They literally just talked about it not too long ago, but basically they're getting probed by the SEC, something like that. Which I mean, they might pay I mean, a $50 million fine or $30 million fine, and then keep pushing. So um, when you have a certain level of institutional ownership in a company, it's not going to go down. It's not Peloton. It's not going to get delisted. CrowdStrike is fine, but yeah, they cut 5% of their workforce, which is going to show you. So if all these companies keep cutting jobs and people are not getting new jobs, and the classes that are about to graduate now who have a lot of student debt, and student debt is already an issue, and the Trump administration said that they are going to garnish shore wages um, to make sure that these colleges receive or these debt companies receive the loans. Um, it just goes to show you what type of times we're in. What is the return? What is the somebody? What is for each degree? So how we can see the return on investment of a company over a 5-year period? What is the return on each degree over a 5-year period, including the debt that you are paying? And is it enough logically? Is it enough? Okay, so with CrowdStrike, so yesterday they announced the workforce, right? So I don't know if we look okay, if we look at CrowdStrike, let's see. If we look at them, they announced that yesterday, I believe. Um, yeah, they announced that yesterday or 2 days ago, actually. That was 2 days ago. So if you look on the day chart, 2 days ago, so 1, 2, they were kind of flat, but you like CrowdStrike is also at a top two, so I wouldn't like kind of like attribute that to it. But like that, the reason for them dropping because they were down like 5% today, but like the core reason for them dropping 5%, I mean, is literally just from them having their probe. But I mean, that's all short term. Nobody is going to even remember this probe 2 weeks from now. Nobody's going to remember it. Nobody's going to be talking about it. Nobody's going to care. That's how short term everything is. Um, so I mean, they might pull back like Palantir did because they are at getting towards the top. So just like we had a double bottom here. How do I feel about Palo Alto? I think Palo Alto is cool. It's a very quiet company. You don't really hear much about it. So, but it's an alternative to CrowdStrike. So I mean, if you don't want CrowdStrike is the best though. But if you want, that's I mean, Palo Alto, that's an option. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Do I think there are better places to put your money? Yes, but that's not. I'm not. That's not a bad place to park your money, though. Not at all. Good question. Good question. Great question. But yeah, if I look at it, let's see. Um, they said trend followers. So this is why it's important for you to know. You have to study to give you guys some game. You have to study you have to know every possible investor there is out there. So you have quant, trend following, momentum, you got accumulators, like, so trend followers suffered heavily because trend following during a volatile market, trend following is not the best strategy. It's not the best strategy. Um, Trend following is good when you have the market just continuously running up, or if you have the market continuously going down. So even but it's really the volatility that's creating it. So like 2022, when the market was going down, trend followers did well because the market was just generally trending down slowly. But when you have volatility and the market is just like rapidly going up and going down, trend following is not the best strategy. So um, yeah, but yeah, man. Um, but yep. Um, mm, 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 mm. And I will say, like, a good thing about having a stop loss, it feels so amazing to only lose like $200, and then you can turn around and make 1,000. Is Google safe for a week in 2026 and 2027, or should we wait for it to get back above the 200-day moving average? So I'm talking about. Good question. Um, I do have a price for Google. It's not a stock pick. It's not a stock pick. It's not a pick APX, but I'm not going to give the price. I will say I'm not going to give a price, but um I will tell you, and you should probably write this down. You should probably write this down. Because this is the closest thing that I will say to a price. You should probably wait. What are we in May? Wait a month and a half and then do it. That's what I will tell you. Wait about a month to a month and a half, and then do it. Yes, preserving the capital is important. That's what that's what I was trying to get everybody to understand. So when I first was saying like how the market was gonna drop. So back in November, I was saying like, yeah, the market's been running up for 2 years. We should already expect a drop. preserving capital is most important because if you take a big, okay, let's say I have a portfolio of $100,000, right? If I lose 50%, do you know how psychologically I'm going to feel? Yes, I can get it back. You're going to get it back in a bull market. You're going to get it back. But think about how much money you've lost compounded. That's why most of your money should be long term. Trades do not compound. Long term investments do. Long term investments do. So if you have $1 million portfolio and you lose 300,000, 400,000 in what 2 months, that's like that's not the way. That's definitely not the way. Or if you have, let's say, a $10 million portfolio and you lose 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. If you had a hedge fund, so that's how I try to treat APX like a hedge fund. So if I have clients, right, or if I have a team of investors, um, sometimes losing less money because you're gonna have a time. I had a trade and losing streak, right? You're gonna have a time where you're gonna have a rough patch. You have to know that as a trader and investor. That's going to happen. That's just part of it. You're gonna have times where you're just not aligned with the market. It may be for personal reasons. It may just be like you are just like the market is just getting the best of you. You're just not in tune with the market. You're just not in tune. Um, like the strategy you taking the setups is just not. It's just the market is not rewarding it. And the market is not just. That's not what the market is doing. So for whatever the reason, maybe you got to know a rough patch is gonna come, and you have to be okay with that. You got to sit and take that 5, 10 L's in a row until you get back to your average. Mine is 70%. Still haven't got back to the average yet, right? So that means 7 out of 10 trades I should win, right? Um, but you gotta know, your own statistics. And if you're not preserving capital, I think that's a big mistake. So let's say if I'm a fund, right, and we have 1 million, and there's another fund that has 1 million. If we lose 500,000 and they lose 2 million, I mean, we both lost, but it's going to be a lot easier for me to make that money back. I have more capital to play with than they do, way more. I have psychologically, I feel better, so I'm in a better mood than they are. So I'm winning psychologically, monetarily, strategically. My strategy I had stop losses. They may have had wider stop losses or took too many trades over leverage. So I'm winning on all aspects. I'm winning on all aspects, and I keep saying Warren Buffett, Ed Secoda, Paul Tudor Jones, Bill Ackman, they will gladly take your money. If you want to play and not have a stop loss, and you want to play and you want to think that this is a game, this is not a game. This is where everybody plays to come get money. International investors, institutional investors, pensions, fund of fund, 401k, insurance companies, they're all here in the American market to try to make money. So if we want to play and act like it's a game, and treat it as such, they're gonna take our money every single time. So, but yeah, just preserving capital is just very, it's super important. It's not talked about enough. Making the money is the easy part. It's keeping it is the hard part. Because it's like, okay, if you turn 100,000 into 1 million, are you not gonna try to turn that million into 10 million and lose it all in the process? Because if you have 1 million, technically, what you can get 5%. If you have $1 million, you can put that into a money market account. And you can get 5%. What's wrong with that? What's 5% of 1 million? So, like, when you get 500,000 passively, what's wrong with that? It's just all about like your appetite as an investor and what you want to do. It's a lot of things that you can do in the market, to get what you want. You don't have to get like a. I mean, you don't have to. My thing is getting super high returns, but I mean, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. If you have $1 million portfolio, you want five. If you want 5%, and you're cool with that because you don't want all of the risk. I mean, what's wrong with you getting a money market account, getting 5% per year, and getting 500,000 on that million? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So it's really just kind of like what you want to do. And then like what you should just kind of like as an investor, like kind of what I try to like emphasize is you want to do what's right for you. So my personal portfolio is not going to look anything like probably most people in Apex. Probably. I'm a lot younger. I have more risk to take. My mom used to say balls to the wall. Balls to the wall. That's what I am. I'm all the risk. I'm taking all the risk. Every excuse me. Every okay, calculated risk, right? Calculated risk. But like Tesla, Palantir, those are two. I'm not gonna give all of them until July. I'll talk about them in July. So y'all can get in them in November. Let's hope we have a year in rally. But I mean, the companies that I am in, I would say most people, yeah, no, I don't think most people would feel comfortable investing in those companies. Y'all didn't think Palantir was gonna drop to where it was. You definitely don't want to see them the companies I'm investing in. I don't think it's gonna. I think it would be hard for most people to kind of sit and have like that pain threshold. So it's investing is really just what you make it. This is a sport where you can do pretty much anything you want to do. You can make it however you want. You can try to get, you can get 5% a year, you can get 10, 50, 100. You can, it's really just about what you personally want to do. That's really what it's about. Or what you personally want. But yeah, but that's all I got for you guys today, man. I hope this was another good stream. I appreciate you guys so much. Happy Friday. Have an amazing day. This week was an amazing week, man. The market pushed positive. Nasdaq still trailing a little bit, but you know, we'll see kind of what happens. Going into the future. And I think, yeah, for sure. And I did say that I had the S&P going up 20%. Now, if we gonna get there, whew, I don't know. I said 23%. We is a far cry away, far cry. But that would be crazy for us to drop 20%, go back positive, and then go up 20%. That would be crazy, right? That would be crazy. But 20, I don't know. That's a lot. But I'm gonna stick to it. I'm man of my word. I'm gonna stick to it. I said 20%, 23%. That's what I'm holding to. Poof. Can we get like 18? 18? Close. It's close. But no, I'm staying at 23%, man. I'm staying at 23%. But make sure you guys, the charts. Make sure you guys, if you are if you're an Apex, I'm gonna send you guys the charts. But if you were just trying to learn, definitely take a screenshot of the charts, look at the charts, try to replicate it on your chart. And if you want to make money, you want to stop guessing. If you want to be up, one of my clients is up 100% from a long-term investment that she made 2 months ago. She's up 70% on another investment that she made 2 months ago. Her portfolio is up around, I think she's up 35% in the past 2 months. And this is just long-term only. So I take pride in being an amazing long-term investor. So if you want similar returns, you can go to apx-partners.com, or you can go to my profile and you can click the link there. And we would be happy to have you as a team member. And I'll be happy to get you started to getting amazing returns in this volatile market. But other than that, I appreciate you guys as always. And I will see you guys on Sunday. Alpha Investing this Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time. So I will see you guys there.